So you get stuck while speaking in English, which is also known as stammering and stuttering. Don't worry, it is nothing but the basic speech interruptions which happen when you try to say something in a flow. It can happen in the form of pauses like or the repetitive sounds like the famous I love you kaka kaka Kiran. So if there are a lot of pauses or repetitions or fillers in your speech, then certainly you are not speaking fluently. And all those of you who are watching this video right now want to become fluent in your English language. So in this video, I'm going to give you well-constructed solutions. But before that, I would like to tell you the genuine reasons, the real reasons behind this problem of yours. Why are you actually getting stuck? When you know the reasons, it is easy for you to reach the solutions. And whatever I'm going to share in this video today is a product of a lot of experience and a lot of interaction with learners from different backgrounds. So if you want to know how to solve this problem, if you want to resolve it right here, right now, then stay with me for the next few minutes. Hello my dear learners, welcome to Skillfident with your mentor Namita. And today we are going to address your biggest problem that you're getting stuck very frequently whenever you're trying to speak in English. Let's first talk about the reasons. There are major three reasons and you will tell me which one is yours. Why do you get stuck out of these three? The very first is your lack of confidence or your nervousness or the fear of English. And it is very common with the citizens of a nation which doesn't have English as its first language. So in India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, English is definitely not our mother tongue. So we learn English as the second language, and that is why we develop a fear of this language, because we think that English is the language of polished people, or we always feel nervous. Yes, certainly we lack confidence when it comes to speaking in English. The kind of confidence we have for our mother tongue is not the same for English. The second reason, which might be common for some of you, is that you are consuming a lot of English content. You're watching a lot of English learner coming here and practicing English, or some of you might also be watching experts and the real teachers like this channel creating content for you. So your mind does have a lot of passive content in English, so it thinks a lot, it overthinks, because you've been sitting in front of your phone screens for long hours listening to other people speaking. You are not speaking yourself, so your mind is overthinking. Now when you try to speak, your tongue is not able to match the pace of your mind. The mind is overthinking in English, but the tongue is not able to catch up. Tell me if this can be one of the reasons for you. Now the third and the most common reason is not having active vocabulary. Yes, you don't have active vocabulary in your mind. You consume content, you read words, you learn them also, but you never use them. Like in the beginning of this video, I was talking about stammering and stuttering. You listen to it, but you will never use it. So it will somewhere settle down in your subconscious mind. It will never become a part of your active vocabulary. So your active vocabulary has very basic words like sky, moon, sun, chair, table, sleep, eat, going out, something very basic. But these kind of words you never use. So that is why you always get stuck. When you don't have enough vocabulary, you don't have enough sentences, you are never able to speak. So these are the three main reasons. There cannot be a lot other things behind your getting stuck. Now let's talk about the solution, how you can actually solve it. First thing, and listen to me very carefully when I say it, what you are doing, my dear learners, you're focusing on the output. You want to speak fluently. The output is, of course, speaking English fluently. You want a fluent language when you speak. But what about the input? Are you focusing on the input as well? Like in your computer, when you enter something, then only it shows on the screen. Means there has to be an input to look at the output. Now, if you want to speak fluently, what are you investing to learn English? What is your investment? Are you reading books in English? Are you noting down the vocabulary? Are you actively participating into your learning process? Or you are simply listening to other people speak and you feel that, okay, you have done practice for the day. That's not an input. Input has to be from your end. Have you spoken for 15 minutes today without break in front of the mirror with yourself? That is your input. Writing down new words. Have you written stammering and stuttering today in your notebook? The notebook that I keep asking you to form? No. Then this is not an input. Where will the output come from? The input needs to be in the form of vocabulary, in the form of grammar, in the form of sentences, in the form of pronunciation. You have to genuinely invest time into building up your English language skills. Only then output will be according to your wish. Only then you will be fluent in English. You are searching for content the entire day on YouTube and you never get the right source of information. You just listen to different people speaking and that's it for you. This is not how it works. You actually have to invest good amount of time in it. So the first thing is that from now on, start working on your input. The second thing that you need to do is start focusing on your expression. Don't just get stuck with words and sentences, because when we tell you to copy people, you think that you have to paste the exact same things which are spoken in a video. No, that is not what you're going to do. You have to focus on expressions so that you can express the same thing in different manners. So this can involve vocabulary from different sources, or this can also involve using different phrases. I'm going to give you some examples. So this is what requires having a notebook and a pen in your hand. Write down whatever I'm sharing right now here with you. Here I'm telling you that to say the same things, there can be different ways. Look at this one. The first way I want to share it. The shopkeeper cheated me by selling food item past its expiry date. That's one way of saying the same thing. The second way can be the shopkeeper was dishonest in selling me food item that had gone bad. Are you realizing it? I have said the same thing but in two different manners. Let me give you one more example for this one. He was out of breath after climbing 5 floors. Or the other way can be, he was breathing heavily after climbing 5 floors. The same thing but different expression. One more example for you. After the cake cutting ceremony, friends slapped or smashed the cake on his face. The other way of saying the same thing can be, after the cake cutting ceremony, friends forcefully applied the cake on his face. So is it clear now how you can express the same thing in different manners? But this will happen only when you have tried to fill a lot of vocabulary and expressions into your memory. And this happens when you read a lot. When you read, you come across a lot of words, a new set of phrases, a lot of different expressions, and then only you are able to express yourself in different possible ways. You cannot avoid reading. You simply cannot avoid reading. I am going to link a playlist where I have shared a lot of books that can be easy for you to read and understand. And I've also told you how to develop interest or how you can understand whatever you're reading. Start reading. Reading is the best source for gaining a lot of English knowledge. You have to invest yourself into learning that language, not just listening to other people speak. That can only be something which will help you in building up your language skills in a very shallow manner, because all the people that you're listening to don't speak good English. If you want to speak good English, you have to genuinely involve into reading. Involve yourself into letters, words, sentences, expressions, dialogues. And once you read for a certain amount of time, you'll see that your English is getting better by every passing day. Promise me that from now on you will start reading actively and you'll start building active vocabulary in your head. And then you yourself will notice that you're not getting stuck anymore. So I wish you all the best, and I really think that after watching this video, you will start participating into building your English, into learning English, right? So focus on the input. The output will automatically be the way you want it to be. So I'll see you in my next video. Till then, keep working on your English. Bye-bye for now.